This week on the House of Bread Show, we're in RBS talking about their collection point and the cake sale they did for us. We also talk about eBay and how that's up and running and successful. Stafford in the World gets another mention. There's talk of BRF and the County Council. And as always, much, much more. Right, hello! Welcome to the House of Bread Show one more time. As you can see, look, you get a brief glimpse into what's behind me. The banner's not here. We'll explain why later. We've got Will and Shaun on the sofa.
Hello, Jack.
Good morning to you both. Right, kick off, straight away with Shaun. Right. You've got lots of exciting things to talk about.
I'd like to say I have some dates for you. Okay.
That was not rehearsed. I'm actually quite pleased for you, Shaun. This is a lovely moment. You found your sense of humour. Carry on.
No hope with that. Can we just say eBay first?
Ooh, yes.
Now, we've been working on eBay in the background for a while, and we've had Adrian's been coming to help us on a Friday afternoon.
Thank you, Adrian.
And he's just behind there.
Refuses to come on the phone.
He said hello. That'll do. And really, it's been just bobbling along, and Adrian's come in, put a bit of work into it. So has Wendy and Ryan and Mick, who posts also. Everybody's got together, and it's starting to work. It's worth a look on eBay to see what we've got.
There's some nice stuff up there, if I'm honest. Yeah.
Kath Kitson handbag. If you're out there, Libby, and you want a handbag, here it is.
She loves Kath Kitson.
And here's one that we sold that is going in the post now.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Something that was on eBay that you can't buy. That's what was in there.
So, Adrian, I'm going to hand this to you. There you go, Adrian. Pop that in the post for me.
Look, Adrian's hand.
But yeah, there's lots more items going on.
There is a lot more. So what I'm really saying is eBay is starting to work, and we're starting to actually develop it. How we
on
wanted
that,
to in the first place.
we got, when we first set it up, because if you're a charity, they do certain stuff for you, and they gave us 30 items free to list a month, and they recently sent us an email saying, 30? You put loads on, why don't you have 50?
Yes, so we now have 50.
And if I buy anything off the eBay site, obviously I'm donating towards the cost.
Everything goes
straight
towards
to
House of Bread, and that's pumped straight back into our funds.
If you just go onto eBay and type in House of Bread and search through, you'll find it. If you can't find it, email me, email address across there, if Jack does his job properly.
I didn't last week.
No, you didn't. And there you go.
Have your dates back, Shaun.
If you look, just send me an email, and I'll tell you where.
Say something.
Look, I've lost this now. Right, next. I was going to talk about collection tins or something. Was I?
Oh yes, that's why.
That's why I put them there. That was it. Yeah, lovely colour, lovely stickers.
Do that again. It didn't work.
If you want one of these lovely boxes on your counter or in your church or anywhere, give us a call and we'll come and drop one off. Mick will turn up, and he will.
And talking about dropping them off, there is a new one in town.
There is. Thank you to Claire.
Oh yes, thank you, Claire.
At RBS. We went down to RBS last Wednesday, and we set up a nice little table with lovely sort of House of Bread literature and everything.
Yeah, that's where our banner is.
Yeah,
that's why you can see what's behind Jack. And that's worth a visit, just to see what we can do, especially if you have a business and you think, well, I've got a spare corner and a table, I've got nothing on it. Brighten up a bit. You can have what we've done in RBS. I won't tell you what, you'll have to go and see.
Well, don't better that. Wait around, because didn't we do some doings?
Very good point. Yes, we've got an interview with Claire and her colleagues at the bank, which I nearly forgot about.
Yes, so did I. Yes, thank you. Well done.
So instead of Shaun whittering on, they'll explain much better.
Good morning. I'm at Stafford RBS, and with me is Claire. Claire, could you introduce yourself and say what you do?
Yes, my name's Claire Devlin. I'm bank manager at Royal Bank of Scotland, Future and Williams and Glyn in Stafford, and I've been here for the last couple of months, and that's about it really.
Fantastic. And the reason I'm talking to Claire in RBS in Stafford is because Claire met with Shaun and myself a couple of weeks ago, and they decided they'd like to choose House of Bread as the charity to support. And so I popped down really just to ask you a little bit around why you chose House of Bread. So one of the questions I wanted to really discuss was, what made you think of House of Bread as a community charity to support? And do you think that by supporting us, it's really important for RBS?
It's definitely important for RBS and Future Williams and Glyn, because we're looking to get out into the community and we want to help support local charities. So that's really important to us. The reason why we thought of House of Bread as a branch is because one of our customers actually used the services of House of Bread. So we saw the transformation of him and saw how much House of Bread helped him. So we thought it was a really good local charity to support.
That's fantastic. Well, we know the gentleman, and that's an ongoing case, just for anybody out there. So in the press recently, we know that homelessness has been highlighted as increasing, particularly in Stafford. What role do you think the bank can take in helping homeless and vulnerable people in Stafford specifically?
Well, the bank is obviously always open to anybody that wants to talk to us about anything. So existing customers and new customers both, whether they're vulnerable, whether they're homeless, we're here to listen to them as well as help them with their banking needs. So that's what's really important to us. And we do obviously keep an eye out for vulnerable customers and have ways of identifying people that are vulnerable. So we're here to help and here to listen.
Fantastic. And actually that's a real interesting quality, because House of Bread offers that moment to talk. And I know a lot of your cashiers, and we're going to be talking to them, and your other staff will give that generosity of time.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And then lastly, Claire, RBS aspires to community relationships. Do you feel that this partnership with House of Bread is a way that you can actually do this on the ground?
Definitely. We want to get involved with House of Bread and with fundraising, with volunteering, so we can get involved in the community and put back to the community what the community gives to us. So definitely.
Fantastic. Well, that's right. Well, I'm with three people who work for RBS. So we met Claire, who's the manager here. We've got Shalisha, and we've got Becky, and we've got Ben. And I just wanted to ask you, Becky, you've heard a little bit about House of Bread. What do you think about House of Bread and RBS working together, potentially in partnership?
I think it's really good that they're supporting the community, and obviously our customers are all local people, and we get time to speak with the customers individually, and we'll be able to make them aware. Obviously in a supermarket they can, but we get time to actually chat and explain to them what House of Bread's all about and advise them on how they can help.
That's fantastic. And the generosity of time, as we said, is really, really important. So Ben, you obviously work for RBS, I work for House of Bread. We're potentially working as partners, and this display behind me is part of that. Do you think that that combination is something that you're happy and proud to be connected with as an employee of RBS?
Yeah, I think it's vital that we're supporting the people of Stafford. We work in Stafford, we see these people every day, so it's vital that we're helping them, not just with obviously people coming into the bank, but the people who don't come into the bank as well, the people who we see every day. And you might walk past and think, well, that is a person too. How can we help those people?
Brilliant. Well, for us personally, that's really, really helpful, because we know a lot of our friends will use your bank, and quite often they find the whole experience very formal, and of course it has to be, but the fact that you've got a smiling face looking back at them, and we know that from the work we're doing with one particular friend, that's made a massive difference. So we're looking really forward to working with you. It may be me coming in to collect some of the items, but all the information is here, so any of your customers want to know about it, we've spoken a bit, haven't we? Would you say that you've got a good feel for the sort of the ethos of House of Bread from what I've spoken to you, Becky?
Yeah, I think it's a really good charity. I think the things that they do for the community are fantastic, and hopefully making the awareness in the community, they can all help towards it.
Fantastic. One of the things that's really important to us is everybody feeling comfortable and included. Are there any ways that you, either through training or just you being a person, if you recognise somebody as being vulnerable, are there things that you do to make them feel more comfortable?
Absolutely. We had issues last year with a customer who was vulnerable, who had quite a level of addiction. It was House of Bread, alongside working with the Royal Bank of Scotland, and actually helped this gentleman turn his life around. Now he is in accommodation now, he is being supported via social services. That's the kind of things that we want to see progressing within our community.
Fantastic. I think you've done that before. That was very good. That was very good. Thank you very much. So from RBS in Stafford, back to the studio.
Well, that was lovely, wasn't
Great,
it?
isn't it? And it looks
Very,
really good.
really nice people.
They are.
We spent a few hours because they had a cake sale on Friday morning.
That's where you
so
went.
me and Shaun, took that.
Took cake to the team.
Sean and I did as well.
Yeah.
Shaun and I.
So if you go to RBS, got a spare tin, shove it in our bin. I think I've also left some direct debit forms there as well.
There
yes,
is.
a woman took one.
A woman took one?
On Friday.
Yeah.
There is a little stand there with our leaflets in. If you take one, just about everything you need to
And our
know.
little
Right,
shopping list.
right from shopping list, direct
Brilliant.
debits, what we do, where we are, everything's on those. So it's worth
Thank
picking
you,
up.
RBS.
Well,
Yeah, thank you, RBS.
that one was quite tasty, Shaun. Any more dates?
Well, there's more dates, yes. 23rd of April,
Stafford
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 in the world. 23rd of April, Market Square, Stafford.
Coming up.
Come and see us. Jeremy Lefroy will be there, so there we go. And there will be lots of sort of stalls, companies that are working in the world. I've said this before.
It's what Stafford's doing.
I won't,
in the
I won't
world.
dwell on it. Just don't forget that date, please. 23rd of April. Look forward to seeing you.
Your dates are just falling on the floor, Shaun.
That's all right, because the 29th of April, for those you've forgotten, this is our dinner dance. Now, I got a little feedback this week. Somebody said, are there any tickets left? The answer is yes, there are.
Are there?
Yes, but they are selling. So don't leave it too long. Don't and don't think we've sold out. We haven't done either.
No.
But
and you can buy in couples or
you can
four
buy
people
singles, couples. You can buy 10, anything up to 10. Just don't think about. Don't not
Well, there's a
contact me.
few people
That's what I'm trying
umming
to
and
say.
ahhing, aren't there?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you are one of
Don't
those
umm and
people, get in contact because you will be disappointed.
Yeah. And finally, 21st of May. Charles Hanson,
Yes.
don't
Sorry,
forget your valuation.
dinner dance. Did you mention the date?
29th of April. I
Yeah.
did. I think. And 21st of May, don't forget all your valuables, bring them along to Oddfellows Hall, and they will value them for you in aid of House of Bread.
There's a new thing you haven't spoken about, Shaun. This is a miracle. Something else to talk about. What is it, Shaun? What does it excite us?
Okay. At Bread Church, 2 firemen came along last week. They started to talk to us. I had a little chat with them. They phoned me up the other day to say, would we like to go to one of their meetings, which was great. And then we had the meeting, and in the form of the conversation, they said, next time you do a town centre event, we'll bring a fire engine.
Fantastic. So that's on the CSR, corporate social responsibility angle,
yes,
isn't it?
yes,
So
it
if you're a business or a company out there who wants to get in touch, give one of these two guys a call or an email.
Either or of us,
Spot on.
and that's kind of where that came across.
So we'll have lots
really
of
good.
pictures of fire engines in the background
Yes.
soon. Brilliant.
Yes.
Thank you, Shaun.
Okay.
Next on the list, Will wanted to mention about BRF. There's some good news around that, isn't there?
Yes, Building Resilient Families project. We'll be bringing Jeanne back in perhaps a couple of vlogs time to talk a little bit more about the detail. But basically, as you may know, if you're watching, we were recruiting for caseworkers. I'm glad to say that we have appointed 2 caseworkers, a senior caseworker and a general caseworker for BRF. And on the back of that, we've been able to also recruit a part-time caseworker to support adult casework and the casework that I do. So we're hoping to have more detail about that very, very shortly, and hopefully the folk that we're going to be sort of being part of the team will come and sit on the vlog with us.
But there'll be more news because you're going somewhere to talk about that.
Yes, next week. I won't say much about it, but next week, if you're watching the vlog, you'll be able to hear a little bit more about an event that we're going to, which is part of the development of the Phase 2 project, which
And I
we've
believe
been asked to go to.
The interview you spoke with Jude and Jeanne about
It's going to be on
this
that,
vlog,
yes.
They've contacted you and said, can we have that?
Vlog 70 or vlog...
Oh, I don't know.
Whenever it was, quite recent.
Our vlog is reaching...
and we're
heading
apparently...
high, new heights,
Apparently
yeah.
we were causing ructions in Stafford County
Bit
Council in a
disappointed.
good way.
Bit disappointed because that was the only part of the vlog I wasn't on.
Anyway, they were impressed with what we're doing, how we communicate it. So watch this space because it's all happening. It's very
Fantastic.
exciting.
Right, I think most of this vlog was taken up with exciting eBay and stuff Shaun's doing. So last thing, we just wanted to talk about what we do for our friends and how we try and help them. And if you are one of our friends watching this, or you just want to pop down if you've got some questions, we are doing on the 18th of March, which is a Friday, during Bread Church, or
I think
maybe
it will
maybe in the
probably
back room at
yeah.
Bread Church, we'll be doing dyslexia assessment tests.
And the reason that's significant, Jack, is because if you are assessed as having dyslexia, then when you go to the job centre, particularly around the whole benefit issue, you will be given a more generous time frame around things. I can't really go into a lot of details because it specifically relates
it's
to...
very specific because there are all different types and levels of dyslexia.
But sometimes people's access points to that sort of assessment or ability is quite difficult because it's very formal. With ours, you'll have made bread and then you get your dyslexic testing. But I'm really looking forward to that. Maybe, I don't know. But what I'm saying is its access is going to be very different, much more broad.
And
so,
it is very important, like you said, if anybody's going to the job centre,
Yes.
to use a crude example,
Yeah.
you know, somebody might say, oh, you've not got this job because your spelling's awful on your CV.
Yeah.
You know, and it might be a real issue or something. So
and
hopefully...
it may be something has held you back for years,
Yes.
and actually your whole feeling of self-worth is through the floor. And if you
and
discover...
you didn't realise there was an actual name for it.
And there are lots of ways, as Shaun will tell in his previous life, of assisting people through electronic ways, software, just the ability to communicate with people better. So it's a really, really interesting place for us to get to. So we'll see more and more of this. So what was that date? The 18th?
The 18th of March, which is a Friday, dyslexia assessment tests.
Fantastic.
Very two difficult words to spell there.
I tell you, I have got something else to say. Well, when we come
I was going to say... a very great thing to finish on. Go on, nice and quick.
Very, very quickly. Hello, Peter Powers, if you're watching. Thank you for inviting us over to Lichfield Diocese, I think in 2 Wednesdays' time, to help with the
it's a Bread Church event,
It's a Bread Church event, and the Methodist clergy, there's about 80 of them.
And on that,
gathering.
on Friday morning, I organised another Bread Church trip involving some people. I won't say what it is.
Oh, right.
But... yes, if you're an organisation who wants Bread Church to come along, you are more than welcome to get in contact with us.
So we're looking forward to that, Peter, because we haven't made bread with you for a long time. So we've got the 18 coming along. All it, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, that was a great thing to finish on as well, anyway.
It was.
Right, thank you very much, you pair.
Thank you. You banana.
It's a pleasure, Jack. It really is a pleasure.
Thank you for watching.
It's a fruit reference.
Why fruit?
Dates, bananas.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. I've already thanked you, pair,
you
so
have.
I'll just say goodbye. Will you say goodbye, Shaun, this week?
I will this week. Goodbye, as I forgot last week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Traditional Morris dancing. Oh, with hanky. Yes, go on then. Seems to be a lot of stuff.
Hit yourself in the head.